What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Polls and Podiums podcast. As always, I'm your host, Richard, joined with Quadi, motorsports enthusiast and musician. How you doing tonight?
I'm chilling, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. So we are gathered here today to talk about the WEC and
Finally.
discuss everything that happened at Spa in the WEC. So fantastic weekend of racing. It was wild, man. From the insane crashes that happened in qualifying to the insane crashes that happened in the race. Like it was a weekend to remember at our visit back to Spa.
Not for my good old GR, but that's okay. We scored some points. It's all right.
Yeah, as the trademark in hypercar racing, I'd
Yeah.
like to say that Gazoo didn't.
That's fucked up. No, they have not been at all this year, to be honest with you. I mean, we're still holding second, but it should be an easy first.
Yeah, Penske's kicking your fucking ass, bruh.
Yeah, by fucking 23 points, fool.
It is. It's been a rough one for you, man.
It has. The first year that I'm getting into it, to watch my team get their ass kicked has not been a good time.
Yeah, because you've been a Gazoo racing fan for fucking ever. And you've just been, you didn't watch a full season until this year. And you're like coming in expecting your team to be the powerhouse that they have been and that you've heard about, that you've seen forever. And they're
not it.
letting you down, bruh.
They are letting me down. I need to go back over to Rally. Just start watching the Rally races because they're doing good over there.
They're still killing in Rally, man. That's one thing I say about Gazoo is even though, I mean, second place isn't shabby, but you're just used to being the Max Verstappen.
Yeah, it's like Red Bull.
100%. You know, yeah, it's like last year when Ferrari gave him a little fight. It was like, oh shit,
when Ferrari won Le Mans last year,
a hypercar to the equation.
Yep. when they took Le Mans last year is when I knew they were serious. I was like, oh shit, like we won Le Mans 3 years in a row.
Yep.
Then you know what I mean, and then they just come in first year. It's like, hey, we're gonna take this back. I was like,
oh yeah,
what the
so
fuck?
We're back, guys. So we're back. The Ferrari still looks quick, but it doesn't look like the car that it was last year.
No, but they're still holding it, man. I mean, they're closer to us than we are. They're closer to Toyota than we are to Porsche.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. We need to win Le Mans.
It's a tall order.
Oh, trust me, I know.
24 days. 24 days to Le Mans. So
the greatest race of them all.
The greatest race of them all. I cannot wait for the Le Mans.
I can't either.
It's going to be fantastic. So, talking about some shit that happened this weekend at Spa. Aston Martin unveiled. Was it Aston or Alpine? Unveiled the hydrogen hypercar.
Alpine. That was Alpine. Yep.
The car was sexy.
That thing looked fucking cool.
That thing looked amazing. I noticed they didn't run it on the track.
No, I'm not sure if it's an actual car yet.
It was real pretty, but I want to see it. I want to see if it can perform.
I'm not sure if that was even like an actual running car yet.
Hydrogen technology is available. I mean, we saw it when we went to the Denver Auto Show. Like
yeah,
we saw
I'm not
the hydrogen
saying
car there. We saw the hydrogen 18-wheeler that transports the hydrogen.
Like, yeah, I'm not saying
the technology is available, and why unveil it if it's not a viable product already? Because if it wasn't ready to go, what was the point in showing it?
I don't know, but they do concept cars all the time that never actually get unveiled.
Yeah, motor shows, not at the race as a competitor.
To give them their props, though, as their first team coming in, because the other two first teams that came in this year at the bottom, Alpine is in fourth. they're not doing too bad
They're
for a
not.
first-year team.
They're not the F1 team. Go tell them that.
That's for sure. And their headlights are fucking cool.
Still love the tail lights on the Pugo. Hi.
Oh, for sure. I'm happy they added a fucking wing to it because before it had a wing to it, it didn't look like a proper hypercar to me.
Pearl. Hi. Why you keep scratching me? She just keeps giving me the paw. Keeps giving me the paw. Sorry for the people who are only on audio. Pearl, my cat, is in the video, and she is kind of asking for
Scratching
attention,
the shit out of you.
demanding attention.
She wants to be in the video. Put her in the
She
video.
does. She's laid out now. I'm gonna leave her be. Let her flap her tail on the Manti Porsche. So, speaking of Manti, man, that was a nasty crash.
That was a big hit.
That was,
Coming up on a Rouge, you're going fast.
yeah, that was quite an impact. The
Yeah,
car spun around, was completely destroyed. I
completely.
was concerned that my team wasn't going to get to run in the race because there was so much damage to the car. Amazingly, they were able to get basically just a base chassis from another car put on a trailer and brought immediately. And then they disassembled the car that was destroyed, put all those components on the chassis that they brought in, and constructed a complete WEC competition regulation ready car overnight.
That's crazy.
That's fucking insane. And then turned around and ran it for a 6-hour endurance race straight and won.
I'll give it to you, man. I'll give it to you. But
Mid-time, baby.
that's what's cool about the WEC, in my opinion. Not only is that it's multi-class and you gotta get to see the Lexus and the Toyotas, but at the end of the day, you can fix your car if you crash. It's
Yeah,
not, oh, I crashed
there's
out for the
time.
weekend.
You have enough
Sorry.
time in a race.
To actually, hey, if a sensor pops or a fuel line pops, fix it and get your ass back out there. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. The retirements are true retirements are
Yeah,
few and far in between because usually they can get enough of the car to get it back to regulation to keep racing and compete.
exactly.
And that is
At least do something.
one of the things that I love about the WEC.
For
So,
sure.
Man, what a weekend. So, you watched all the sessions?
I didn't watch FP3, but I watched all of qualifying in the actual race.
All
I
right.
watched like all of the race.
See, from FP1, I think it was on my FP1 notes here. I was ready to talk some shit with you
Yeah, I know you were.
because
I was looking at that shit.
I knew Gazoo was in trouble.
10th and like 11th or some shit. They were down there,
They were
bro. I was
11th.
like,
Now,
what the fuck?
granted, my Penske squad was also in 7th in FP1, but
FP1 don't matter
I
too much, but at the end of the day,
I wasn't concerned about it, man.
I was definitely concerned about 11th.
The BMW was fast in GT3. That
Yeah,
man, that
that
M4 is quick.
it is, but that Lexus was going too, bro.
The Lexus did show up. But the team that I want to give the props to from GT3 in quali and in FP2 was the Iron Dame squad.
Facts. They went hard.
They went hard, man. Like, she had that fucking car like 5 seconds ahead of the field or something. Like, she wasn't even close to
Literally.
take the pole in GT3. It was a performance. I was impressed.
It was.
The Dames showed up and showed out for sure. Big shout out to Iron Dame squad.
Good thing for them because Lamborghini ain't. They have
They're
3 points on
hypercar.
the season.
Yeah, the Iron Lynx team up at the top is not
Not doing too hot.
performing like the Dames team is in the GT3 class.
And
I'll say
I
that.
mean, I know it's their first year too, but like, you're getting showed
It
up by
is.
your GT3 class because they're the same team.
But everything's changed for them.
Yeah.
I don't. Did Lynx even run a hypercar last year? I don't think Lynx did. I think that they
This is
ran
their
two
first year.
GT3 cars.
Yeah.
So, and not only did they not run hyper, but they were Porsche last year. So they moved
Mm-hmm.
from Porsche that they had been
That's
used to and
because
that they've been
Lynx.
running for years to
That's because
Lambo.
Lynx bought. Yeah, with
So
the hypercar.
yeah, so they moved up to a different class and a completely different brand and build and philosophy of vehicle.
Oh yeah,
So it's going to take some adjusting. That's why I'm so impressed that the Dames have showed up and just
took
done
the
their
pole.
thing because I mean they're not used to a Lambo, and as they're very different cars to drive, very
Yeah,
different
but they
cars.
took their first win last year, so they've been on it. Like they know
Oh, they're a
they're dedicated.
fantastic
Yeah,
squad, fantastic squad. The
yeah,
team over at Iron Dames is beastly.
on it
Like they all their drivers are something to reckon with. I love watching them. It's gonna be a team to look out for at Coda. That car's gonna be quick.
for sure. It'd be cool to see it going too.
It will.
Pink
Um,
fucking Lamborghini. How many times do you see that shit?
I know. So it's we had talked about Max Verstappen just to kind of blend here. Um, he's not sounding like he's going to stay in Formula One,
If
and
Adrian goes to Ferrari, dude, like everyone says, I don't see why he would stay.
he's done what he's accomplished. I mean, he's accomplished what he wanted. He doesn't
He
care about all the other shit. So he's
exactly.
like this weekend, right now, he's participating in Imola, and at the same time, he's doing the 24 hours of Nürburgring online simultaneously
He
in the
just
same
doesn't take
weekend.
it serious.
He's a
I mean, he
he
does,
wants to,
but
but it tells you that he has that passion for endurance racing,
yeah.
and that's what excites me. He's talked about it before. He's talked about him bringing up conversations with Alonso about him, Jos, and Alonso being a WEC team and Verstappen racing in the WEC. They already run the Ferrari.
Mhm.
It's I would not be upset to see Max leave Formula One at the end of this regulation and make a transition over to the WEC.
We'll see.
I would,
I feel
I
like
would.
Max is young enough, and it depends on if he has the interest, but Max is young enough to win the Triple Crown.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And if he were to go and drive in the WEC and win Le Mans, I guarantee you, it would be on his radar. Let's just step over to Indy and run a 500 or two.
Tell me, tell me, that doesn't sound just like. Hey, can we pit again so I can run for fastest lap?
That's him. That's
You know
him.
what I mean?
That is Mr. Challenge accepted.
Exactly.
Like
Like, all you
that's
gotta do
that's
is
his
say you won't do
mentality,
it, and he'll do it.
and I want to see it. Like I would
That would be
love to
cool.
see his performance in the WEC. I would love to see him come to the WEC. I am excited for that transition because he's done
I
all he
wouldn't
can
be
do.
excited for my team.
Why? Who's to say that he doesn't go to Gazoo?
Because I feel like he would create his own team.
He may create his own team, but you got to partner with somebody. And right now they're
He's,
partnered with Ferrari, but that Ferrari isn't necessarily dominating the WEC. So it's quick and it's competitive, and maybe with Max behind the wheel, it would be a dominant car. But I think if they came in and started really doing work, that they would try to partner themselves with a Porsche or a Gazoo.
if Max Verstappen came to Gazoo Racing, which Alonso already has ties to, I would cry. I would cry.
Dominoes, Dominoes, bruh, Dominoes.
I would cry
So the
out of
race
joy.
itself, a long 6 hours of Spa. Um,
Dude, so many red flags. Oh my
so
God.
many red flags, so many crashes. It
It was
was
a
a
lot to watch.
it was a lot. But of course, the crash that everybody's talking about, the crash that everybody saw, and that everybody's seeing over and over, was the Cadillac.
Dude, that Cadillac like literally killed itself. That
That
was
was
I
that
literally
was a
like
hell of a
paused it.
crash, man. I haven't seen a crash like that in a long time. Like, they were so lucky because that car came completely airborne. At one
It
point,
was
that
off,
car
yeah,
was completely off the ground,
it
and
was.
just the aerodynamics of the car just pushed it back to the ground instead of flipping it and sending it like an airplane, like the old school cars used to. Like,
Like
that
Mark
was my
Webber.
immediate thought when I saw it, was just, oh my god, here we go. And that was intense. That was some
Yeah,
carnage, man. Really sad for the BMW team because they were fucking fast. They were
they
flying in
were
P. They were flying in practice. They were flying in quality. They were flying in the race, and they ended up getting both of their cars taken out by
destroyed.
other cars. The Hertz team Jota car took out one of them, and then the Cadillac took out the other. And it
Yep.
was that's the that's the parity in the endurance racing. That's part of what I love about it, is that it's not just about these cars. In Formula One, you rarely get cars getting lapped. Granted, a Formula One race isn't 24 hours, 12 hours, or whatever, but you have two different speeds, two different, completely different classes of cars, and both of them have to be completely aware that the other one is there, still drive their own race. It's like a whole nother layer of difficulty and complexity that you have to respect about these endurance drivers.
Hmm.
Um, I Nick DeBreeze,
Actually, bro, thank God for Nick DeVries right now. I know what I was saying, but he hasn't crashed it yet. He's been
he
doing
hasn't.
good.
He's had a decent performance, and that's the point that I made in bringing him up, was that he was not the best driver in Formula One when he was in
Not the
Formula One.
best.
He he
That's a
was
way to
bad.
put it.
He was
He was
bad. He had
bad.
really bad performances. He didn't maximize the opportunity that he got in Formula One.
Not
And
at all.
I have to say, watching him in endurance racing,
He's good.
he's good, man. He's got some talent. Mick was actually fairly impressive.
He was.
I was I was a little concerned when I heard that Mick Schumacher was going to be driving in the WEC, but all respect to Papa Schumacher, but the what he's shown us behind a wheel didn't exactly instill confidence in me. Um,
Well, yeah.
and granted, he didn't get the best opportunity. The Haas situation was extremely toxic, but it's good to see him performing, because you want to see him succeed. You don't want to see him fail. So it's
100%.
good that he's excelling us in some form of motorsport.
He is currently all the way at the 19th with 0 points. Mick don't got no points this year.
No, but he's
But Nick
performing decently.
is tied with third with both of his other drivers. That makes sense.
Nice. So starting the race, the overall starting grid for our 6 hours of Spa was: number one, the Porsche Penske Motorsports team, of course, killing it. Second place was the Cadillac Racing, number two, which was the car that had the big shunt and ended up going out in the race later on, late in the race. Third place was the Proton. Uh, Fourth place was the Hertz team Jota. The other Porsche Penske Motorsports car was fifth, and your boys in Gazoo bring it up to sixth.
Sir.
You think it's track specific, or you
No,
what do you
man,
think?
the car's too fucking heavy.
You can shed weight.
Yeah, but they figured that out in fucking Qatar, bruh. That's why they did so shitty in Qatar was the car is too heavy, and it's still not. Yeah, they're shedding weight, but there's something else too. It can't just be track specific. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the first track that we're back on from last year, and we still didn't perform.
You you didn't perform to your normal standard. The grid is caught up. You don't have that dominant foothold that you used to have anymore. And I think that's what
Yeah,
it is. I don't think that you underperformed. I think that you performed right where Toyota has performed in the past. I think the difference is that the field is closed up on you. You know, the other teams have made significant advancements in their cars in bringing them up to where you are and bringing the pack up to the back of them.
when we won Imola, that wasn't out of speed or pace or anything like that. That was the strategy. We used the safety cars to our advantage and pitted under all of our safety cars when everyone else pitted every other time besides when there was a safety car because they had just pitted or whatever else. So we were able to just smoke everybody.
Yeah. But that's racing. Strategy, I mean, it's a team sport. It's not just the driver. If it was just the
100%.
driver, the sport would be different. But it's the entire team. It's everybody. You know, and in endurance racing, it's not just one driver. There's three of them. So you kind of, you know, it's the performance of each of them. If one driver has a bad stint, he can ruin it for everybody. If one driver wrecks the car, he ruins it for the whole team. You know, like it's a at the end of the day, there's only one pilot in the car at a time, but it's still a team sport.
100%. The number 8 isn't doing as good as they did last year, and that's the more surprising part to me, is that the number 7, who has a new driver, number 8 don't, is doing better. When number 8 was the one kicking everyone's ass last year. They were the one who won the championships. It wasn't number 7. Number 7 came in second, but
Yeah.
for them to flip flop just seems weird.
Every year is a little bit different. They just,
Yeah.
you know, they make changes to the car. The regulations change a little bit. You know,
The tracks change. There's only, I think, 3 tracks out of the 8 that are the same from last year.
Yeah.
So I know Brazil and Coda are going to be new. I think it's only Imola, Le Mans, Fuji, and Bahrain that are the same.
Yeah.
So half of the tracks are different.
So I do have to say that I have to give a huge shout out to Team Porsche over the weekend as a whole for dominating the field in every racing series. It was just a clean sweep. I've got the full list here of how everybody wrecked it, but clean sweep for Team Porsche across the board. You know, Penske Motorsports took first place in Hypercar. Manthey took first place.
Jota
GT3. Sorry, Jota. Sorry.
They're running a Porsche, but Penske didn't win.
Penske took first in qualifying. Jota took the race. I apologize. Still a Porsche team, though. Manthey ended up taking the GT3. The Porsches also took the race series over in IMSA with Rexy winning their race as well. So it was fantastic to see the Porsches killing it across the board, especially with all of the issues that have been had throughout the weekend by everybody. I mean, you know, Team Jota lost a car in the race. was down to one vehicle. Manti completely destroyed the car before the race even started. Coming back from huge odds shows why you need to swap teams, bruh.
That ain't never gonna happen. That ain't never gonna happen. Watch them put a super in this bitch next year, and you're really fucked then.
I would love to see it. I would
That'd be
love to
tight.
see Toyota bring a current gen car to GT3. If you don't bring the Supra, the current Supra, design something for GT3 racing to give
Literally.
Gazoo something that's not a 2016, 2008, whatever year it is, Lexus. Like,
Literally.
the car is old. It's I think it's the oldest gen vehicle on the grid, period, at this point. Give them a refresh. You have the tech,
Just give him a new Supra.
give them something. Give them something. Design
Hey,
a genuine GT3 track car. You have the technology. You have the race development team. Do a two-door Gazoo racing version of the TRD Camry.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say a GT3 Camry, bro. That'd be fucking stupid.
Camry. Do a
That'd be
coupe version
stupid.
of
That'd
the
be fucking
TRD
dumb.
Camry that everybody loves. Do a two-door coupe version and make it a Gazoo racing. It would be fucking gross. Like, gross. Make it happen. Bring it to the grid. Give us a new car. Give us something new to salivate over. The Mustang was fantastic at the beginning. You saw the pop that it brought.
Mhm.
Like, bring a new car for GR.
Literally. Something. Dude, what if they brought the GR Corolla?
It's not a GT3. It's a hatch. It's a hot hatch. It's not cut out for that. You'd need a proper Grand Touring car. You'd need a GT. And to do that, the best bet would be to make a coupe version of the Camry.
Just or come back out with my car. New version of my car.
Just stop.
He said fucking quit it. I'm just saying that would be cool.
Just stop.
No.
Stop while you're ahead. It's not a race car.
Yeah,
Putting a wing on it does not make it a race car.
It is a race car. Might not be, but there are race cars.
He said it go vroom when I push the pedal.
Fuck you.
Oh, all right. So the race was fantastic. It was long. Apologize that it took so long getting this out. It's been super hectic with work, getting everything going. We've both been working our ass off.
Yes, sir.
Lots of racing to watch. The race was 6 hours long. It wasn't something that I was able to watch all in one sitting. And with all the sessions, it was a lot. So I do apologize for the delay. Glad we were able to get this out, though. Bring it to you as quickly as possible. We'll do our best to get it out to you a little earlier next time, unless you prefer it coming out later as a refresher. Let us know in the comments if you prefer a WEC refresher, something to touch back, bring us back up to speed, talk some shit, and kind of bring us back up to the present, because we have these huge gaps in between these races. We still have 24 fucking days before Le Mans.
Yep.
We more than 3 weeks. So if you would prefer we bring our WEC content later on so that you get it right before the race to bring us back up to speed, let us know in the comments below. Shoot us a message. We'd be happy to make it work for you and tailor it to the audience that, allows us to bring it to you.
I will say we will be at the 6 hours to Lone Star Le Mans live. Driver interviews, paddock access. We will be there live.
Yep. So if you're going to the Lone Star Le Mans and you listen to the pod, make sure you hit us up. Make sure you reach 100%. Out on socials, reach out in the comments on the pod. Let us know that you're going to be there. We'd love to meet some fans, love to link up, enjoy the race together. We're going to be there for the whole weekend. We're going to try to catch everything, spend as much time there as possible. We're talking
Yeah,
about shooting a live podcast while we're there. So we got a whole lot of stuff we want to do.
sir.
Definitely link up with us if you're going to be at the Lone Star Le Mans in Austin. We'd love to catch up with the other American racing fans who love the British racing and the worldwide racing as much as
Yeah,
we do, not just the American stuff that most people here are used to.
that doesn't mean
Um,
NASCAR. That does not mean NASCAR. Let's get that straight.
we
I
don't
don't
watch
care if
that.
the fucking Camry's in it. I don't care what Toyota does in fucking NASCAR. Or Indy, for that fact, too. Going fucking left is not interesting.
Look, I watch them all. I'm getting more involved. I have to admit, NASCAR is not my forte, but I'm trying to get more into it. We do have a local track here nearby. So
That's a
we're
little different.
considering going out, catching some of those races. The more cars going fast and in any capacity that I can watch, I'm for it. My preference is what it is. My preference is our giant Grand Prix races, our GT3 races, our
Yep.
endurance races. But I love all motorsports. I love drag racing. I love it. If it goes fast and it's on wheels, I'm fucking with it. About the only one that I haven't been able to get with yet is the Formula E.
It's weird.
I've tried.
It's
I've tried to
weird.
watch the Formula E. I can't get engaged in it, man. Like
No.
it feels like watching a video game. Like
Did you
like
did you
Rocket
watch
League
that AI
racing,
race?
power ups, and that's what it feels like to me. It feels
Yeah.
like watching AI racing or like robot cars. It's just weird, and the no engine noise is just it just doesn't compute for me. I need
No.
that raw engine sound. I really miss the V12s.
Did you watch that AI race though?
I didn't.
Bro, out of a 7-lap race, it took him 2 hours to complete it. There were
That's
all kinds of
encouraging.
crashes. There was a yellow flag, and one of the cars just stopped. In the middle of the track, it just stopped.
Well, wasn't it hosed? Weren't the cars not AI? Weren't they like controlled by humans? I
No,
thought that's what it was because I'm pretty sure I'd seen advertisements for it or something where it was like a game where
no,
you compete like racing in a game, and one where you controlled these they look like robot controlled F1 cars that people were driving remotely.
no. It was actual AI controlling the cars.
Okay, well that's so much
You'll
better
have to
because
watch that. Look into that.
when they talked about it, I was like, AI racing? Are you really going to try to replace our race car drivers now with robots too? Because I'm not fucking with that. So to hear that it was the most horrible thing to
Oh
spectate,
my
apart from
God.
comedy, makes me feel better.
Watch it, but just for the opposite version of that, because Crofty commentated on it. And
Oh, this is
Crofty's a
going to be great.
savage, dude.
He is.
Yeah.
He
It's
is.
so good. It's so funny. Two of the cars crashed, right? And then spun out, and then another car comes and like right past it. It's like, what is even this race? It's only 7 laps, and it's like an hour and a half long broadcast. Because they couldn't figure it out. They could not figure out what to do. The cars were all over the place. They weren't even racing for half of it. They were
Oh,
just
that's
driving.
fantastic. Oh,
And
that's
then
fantastic.
there was one actual good overtake where it was like, wow, okay, like that was an actual racing move, like cool. But at the end of the day, it was a shit show.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, speaking of video game racing, AI racing, look, if you're new to the podcast, we go off on fucking tantrums. Okay, you came here looking for WEC, and you ended up hearing about AI racing, and now we're going over to sim racing. And if all you came here for was WEC, that's absolutely fine. We love you, and we'll catch you later. But for those of you who enjoy all the rest of it too, you're still with us, and we appreciate you. So we do sim race. We sim race on PC and we sim race on Xbox.
Yep.
We're working to get together some group races so that we can have some race interactions with some of you guys, get out on the grid with you guys. Do some
Win
Assetto
against you
Corsa
guys.
Competizione racing with you guys. We do Forza, we do Formula One. So if you guys are interested in that, if you guys do sim race, do any gaming, and would be interested in participating in that, let us know in the comments. We could definitely start putting that together, try to orchestrate a time, and get that
Okay.
all put together. But did you have any closing thoughts? Anything you wanted to get off your chest before we get out of here?
Um, Not necessarily, man. To be honest with you.
No?
Um, Go give me a follow on Instagram, Quaddy Productions. Go listen to me on Spotify. You know what it is. I make rap music, but it's all over the place. So if you fuck with rap music, I probably got a song that you'll fuck with. So go give it a listen.
Yeah. Go check him out. Quaddy Productions. Check out the socials. Um, also check out our Instagram page at polls_n_podiums, just like it's spelled here, but
Yes,
with
sir.
the underscores. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, love bringing you the content. We'll be coming back at you soon with an update on Imola.
Yes,
We
sir.
considered bringing you one before, but we decided we're going to wait and just give you all the juicy at the end. But if you're catching this and you haven't been up on the race, you need to fucking watch it, because
Quali was
this
spicy.
is going to be a good season. For
Motherfucking
all you
right.
people who hated the Max dominance, this is going to be the season that you're going to want to watch for, because the field is tight.
Yes, it is.
But we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. We'll catch you next time. You guys have a good one.
Y'all have a good one.